Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News, episode 120. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Brandon Hodge here. And welcome back to WWE News episode 120. Thursday. I'm only doing one episode a week now. I think that's a good fit, especially with this time of year where there's not that much news. But this is episode number 120. I've got a few news stories. Again, a heavy rumors episode. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this episode of WWE News. The first news story, we're going to talk about this, okay? I think everyone wants me to talk about this. The Great Balls of Fire logo. So as we all know, there's a pay-per-view coming up, the next pay-per-view. It's a Raw pay-per-view. We're having Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe, shockingly, even though I thought it would be Finn Balor. Everyone thought it would be Finn Balor, but I guess they changed their mind when the plans got leaked for that. But anyway, Great Balls of Fire is the next pay-per-view. The logo came out, well, the original logo came out. They have actually changed it since then because of all the backlash, but the original logo looked like this. Yes, we are all thinking the same thing. It looks a bit odd, to say the least. Okay, the next news story. Speaking of Great Balls of Fire, I'm not sure why they called it Great Balls of Fire. I was assuming it was because they somehow got rights to that Jerry Lee Lewis song, or whatever the guy's name is, that came out with that song. But no, apparently they just came up with this for no reason. So after they came up with the name and announced the pay-per-view, apparently Jerry Lee Lewis got pretty mad because he actually has the phrase Great Balls of Fire copyrighted or trademarked or whatever, and no one's supposed to be allowed to use it because that was like the title of his, I guess, one of his really popular songs, Great Balls of Fire. And apparently he got really mad and he reached out to Jerry Lawler of all people to somehow get connections with WWE and asked him, like, hey, I got a trademark on this. Can you hook me up with a phone number or something? And basically they worked out the deal where WWE can use the Great Balls of Fire name, and they also somehow were able to work out a deal so they could actually use his song. So Great Balls of Fire, the theme song for Great Balls of Fire, which this really confuses me, because why are we naming a pay-per-view Great Balls of Fire if it wasn't supposed to be like a rip-off of the song? I don't understand. It was just everyone's blaming Vince McMahon, but I don't think Vince McMahon would come up with a pay-per-view name this bad. Okay, the next news story. This one has me scratching my head a bit because I don't understand how this could actually be factual. I cannot understand how this would be true. So apparently the average age of a professional wrestler watcher or viewer, whatever you want to call it, has actually doubled in the past 16 years. Doubled. So in the year 2000, the average age for a wrestling fan was 28 years old in the year 2000. In the year 2006, that average age went up to 33 years old. Okay, we're getting pretty old here. But fast forward to last year, 2016, basically now. Fast forward to now, the average age is not 33 years old, it's 54 years old. What the hell? How is the average professional wrestling viewer 54 years old? I mean, of course, that's the average. There's a giant chunk of people who are younger than that, a giant chunk of people who are older than that. It seems like the average should be like 30 or something, not like 54 years old. And this is actually factual somehow. I'm not entirely sure. That's really shocking, considering WWE is targeting towards only kids now, and they have the PG product. So, I mean, really, WWE, they could go rated R and not have an issue because their average age is 54 years old. Which I don't know if this is, I believe this is for professional wrestling and in a whole, just not WWE. WWE's audience might be the average might be a bit younger, but still, that's freaking insane. And the final news story. Jim Ross actually wants to call the main event for Great Balls of Fire. Can we come up with some kind of weird, let's call it GBOF, Great Balls of Fire, yeah, GBOF. So Jim Ross wants to commentate the main event for GBOF. Did I say that right? Okay, he wants to commentate the main event for GBOF. He wants to commentate, he wants to call the Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar matchup. This isn't out of the question that this might happen. I believe he was asked about it or something, and he said, yes, I would absolutely love to do that, but I'm not sure if they'll do it. I mean, they could. I know he's calling like the women's tournament or whatever, and he's gonna be doing some other stuff for WWE as a commentator role. But I believe they just have all their trust in Michael Cole right now. I just don't know if they would do it. It would make the match a lot better and seem a lot better. Well, every match is better when Jim Ross is on commentary. They might do it, they might not, but Jim Ross would absolutely love to do it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is all of the news stories, and now we're gonna move on to the rumors. The first rumor. We all know that that mystery texting thing that's going on with Kurt Angle, right? It's just like, there's this, oh my god, I cannot believe this. Like, I don't know what the plan is here. Apparently the plan is, this is a way to bring back Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, the Authority. Everyone thought it was going to be a way to build up to a Kurt Angle match, not bring back Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Wow. So it's just to bring back Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. It's nothing to do with the Kurt Angle match, unfortunately. So the rumor is it's to bring back Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. It's really nothing to do with Kurt Angle, maybe to take him off TV or something. But he's rumored to be having a match WrestleMania 34 and possibly even SummerSlam. So we'll see how that goes. But that's the rumor for the mystery text. Okay, the next rumor. This is like borderline rumor or news story or whatever. It can be counted as a news story or a rumor. So this is kind of funny. So Backstage at TV this week, if you don't know what that means, Backstage at like Raw and SmackDown, they had this meeting, right? And it was this, it's so stupid, cybersecurity meeting. It sounds so techie and cool and stuff. But no, cybersecurity meeting, what does that even mean? Basically, it's a how not to get hacked meeting, or class. I believe it was like a class. I don't know if this is just like, don't get your social media hacked, or like don't get your nudes leaked. I don't know what, maybe both, I don't know, but they really had to have a class of teaching the superstars how not to get hacked. Like, just like, oh my god, it's just crazy. There's really, I mean, if someone wants to get into your account and they have enough free time, they're gonna get into your account. There's just no way of stopping that. But I guess a few extra steps to your security and a few extra steps to having different passwords for every social media and stuff like that helps. But yeah, they had this really weird cybersecurity meeting Backstage at Raw and SmackDown this week. The next rumor, some good news for Braun Strowman fans. He's returning this month. This month, what the hell? Is he like John Cena with the magical healing Super Cena power or whatever? So he's not returning to TV. He's rumored to be returning to house shows. That's kind of stupid though. I wouldn't have someone return to house shows, even though they did that to Finn Balor. I would have him have a surprise return on Raw or something. I mean, he's still gonna have like a somewhat of a shock factor, but like if anyone's on the internet at all, they'll realize that, oh yeah, Braun Strowman's already back. He's at house show, so he should be on Raw like in a week. So Braun Strowman, I would keep him off of all shows until that surprise return, but the rumor is he's gonna be working house shows later this month. The next rumor, the Hardy Boys are taking some time off, or they're not appearing that often anymore. I don't know if this has something to do with the reason why they dropped, or I don't know if this is the reason they dropped the tag titles or not, but the Hardys are gonna be off. I don't know if they're gonna be off TV or just gonna appear like once every month or something like that. Basically, the reason is Matt Hardy's wife is going to be going into labor pretty soon. I mean, she's been pregnant for, I guess, 9 months now. So yeah, Matt really needs to be with his wife for that. So they're going to give them some time off, I guess. Hopefully by like SummerSlam or something, they'll be back on a full-time schedule. I'm not sure though, but Hardy Boys taking some time off. And the final rumor, or the final news story, the final thing I'm going to talk about in this episode is about the video game. The video game, WWE2K18, I believe. I'm not too sure. I guess they have to like up a year since it's towards the end of the year, but it's supposed to be coming out in like, what, like 4 months or something. WWE2K17, it was honestly terrible. It was it was so bad. I didn't like it at all. I've never really been a giant video game guy, but WWE2K17, I played it for like the first week I got it, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of basic and stupid. So I'm not playing this anymore. I used to have a gaming channel, but it's just like, this is not fun for me. The videos are turning out bad, and people can see that, and not many people are watching anymore. So that's why I don't do the gaming channel anymore. But anyway, back to the rumor. WWE2K18 is gonna be a different person on the cover. The rumored person to be on the cover is none other than the man, Seth frickin' Rollins. So this is kind of like ending the trend of like returning superstars or whatever, or legends or whatever. Like we had Brock Lesnar on it 1 year. Well, that wasn't really, I guess it wasn't that new version, whatever. I guess that was like when they did like the WWE Or was it? I think it was. I think it was of the new, whatever, 2K series or whatever the hell you want to call it. But we had Brock Lesnar on there, he returned. We had Goldberg on there, he returned. Ultimate Warrior was on there, he returned. Even though Ultimate Warrior didn't have a match, but still. But they're ending this like little trend. They're going to have Seth Rollins on it reportedly this year. So, Seth Rollins, WWE2K18 cover. I guess I'm happy for that. It just, we could have had someone, like a legend or someone who was going to return for a match or something on it, because this was like, the video game was always like the teaser, or like the way we could like rumor around it, and it usually happens and stuff like that. I'm not too sure who they could actually put on it though. Sting was another person that they put on it and he returned and had a match. I don't even think they have many options for someone else they could put on it, because most people have actually came back, unless they want to do like CM Punk or something. But yeah, guys, that is today's news and rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of WWE News. This is the end card. Down there's my second channel as well, over here or somewhere, as well as my podcast channel. Subscribe to the podcast channel, launching next week. Tomorrow I'm going to make a video talking about the details of the podcast. Over here's previous videos you guys may have not seen that you probably enjoy. And if you guys haven't already, make sure to like this video. And if you're brand new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. It's absolutely free. I will see you guys in the next video.